At some point, he was given a certificate of return by INEC.
Yes. He was.
If INEC actually conducted the primaries, as you said,
yes,
and INEC, you know, Mr. John Emeka won that election, and since INEC was there, INEC sent its officials to monitor the election. Why would the same INEC now, you know, turn its back on Mr. Emeka and then issue a certificate of return to Mr. Egbeke?
I want you to understand one thing. INEC is not infallible. Jeda is doing his best in INEC to have an institution that is wrong with dignity and integrity. There are still some people inside that INEC that collude. This is one man trying to do something right. Now, what happened?
It's really quite surprising that INEC would monitor a process and at the end of the day issue a certificate of return to a man who. That was
why INEC accepted their fault and withdrew and wrote to the Senate to say this certificate was given in error. It ought not have been given in the first instance.
It's a fundamental error.
No, it is a fundamental error on INEC. They purge themselves of that. Because Egbeke did not contest the election, the general election, was never a candidate for the general election, was not declared winner of the election. Somebody was declared winner, pronounced winner, issued with from 8A, and then that person that was declared a winner, INEC ought to give that person certificate of return.
But INEC did not give him a certificate of return. He actually won. I mean, Mr. Emeka,
that is a complaint. Mr. Emeka was invited by INEC to come and collect a certificate of return on so and so date. A day before then, Emeka was on the television showing certificate of return. Then we said, what is happening here?
What actually prevented INEC from issuing Mr. Emeka a certificate of return?
That is the question we are asking INEC. That is where INEC faltered. That is where the human beings in INEC that committed this grievous error need to be brought to book by INEC itself. That's the issue here. For INEC, an institution, to say, we are withdrawing this, is in error. That shows that they look at it and say, who did this? Of course, the papers were passed to Jega, maybe he signed. And let me tell you again, the certificate of return Egbeke is presenting to you was signed on April 14. The so-called order he was saying that enabled INEC to give him the certificate for return was issued on May 24th. Is it that INEC has an advance notice in advance 2 weeks that there will be an order compelling them? It's because there is somebody inside INEC that gathered all the thousands of results that need to be signed by Jega and sorted this one inside there and gave the man to sign.
Don't you think part of the problem here is just because, you know, the PDP fielded, so to speak, more than one candidate in that election, as we saw in Anambra South, for instance, where you know, so many, that ticket is still being contested, even though there's a senator representing that zone now. The ticket is still being contested.
PDP did not field more than one candidate in the election. This has been tested in the tribunal.
Mrs. Okadibo is still contesting.
Excuse me. We all know the problem in Anambra State, where everybody has his own PDP, where everybody is a law unto himself.
And no one knows which the authentic PDP is.
Yes, and the authentic PDP is a PDP that is led by Benju Dozo, recognized by court judgment. They conducted this primary.
Which the national PDP
The national PDP then was acting as a law unto itself, and we are in a country governed by law.
You see, that is the problem.
Now, excuse me, what I'm trying to tell you that Egbeke is the issue here. See that Egbeke that we are discussing here claimed that he got a victory from the other primary and the other primary. In court, the national PDP is denying him. They said that Majori was the candidate of Waku-led panel, not Egbeke. The state chairman is denying him. Who forwarded Egbeke's name? That's the forgery we're talking about here. And we are saying, Egbeke, you're a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. If you're wanted by a law court of Nigeria, all you need to do is submit yourself to the court and be docked properly. The other day, Tinubu was docked.
No, but I mean, does the court want him?
Of course. Excuse me, the attorney general. This man mixes issues and confuses issues and bring this and bring that.
Well, this man does not seem to be. He doesn't seem like a man who is on the run. Of course.
Excuse me, the case of his forgery is coming up again on the 24th of this month. He has not been to court once to be docked. The attorney general charged him to court on behalf of the federal government of Nigeria for forgery and perjury. 2 count charge, lying under oath. Very serious crimes. And there are many Nigerians that are languishing in jail all over the country because of forgery, because of perjury. And now we're talking about the senator of the Federal Republic that forged and lied under oath. And he refused to submit himself to the law. And he's confusing issues and bringing them in. If I'm wanted today by the police, or if I'm charged to court, I'll submit myself. Ibeke should submit himself on 24th of October.
But your principal is also appealing against that case.
Of course. And we have actually made our written submission to the appeal court, which has been adopted, and we are waiting for the judgment any moment from now. And we are very confident that the judgment given to Ibeke by Kafarati that caused all this problem cannot stand any appeal. Because if you read through the judgment yourself, you would pity this country and you start laughing, because it is just a judgment. The judge ignored every fact and evidence concerning this matter and just gave his judgment. And you begin to wonder, where is he basing his argument from? Ibeke said he won this, he won that. What did he submit to the court that he won? He submitted fabricated documents.
Most important thing is
and then I want you to ask Ibeke next time, no, forget about getting a certificate of return.
Very important.
We shouldn't say the had been withdrawn. And INEC has acted according to the law. Ibeke should go to the court and challenge INEC withdrawing that, because the law says once you have been declared winner, pronounced winner by a resident electoral commission, you are given a certificate of return. So that you went by the way and steal my certificate of return doesn't make you a winner of the election. Somebody is declared winner, pronounced winner. John Emeka was declared winner by the REC, pronounced winner, and nothing should have stopped INEC from giving him the certificate of return. INEC must continue to answer the question, why did you give somebody's certificate of return to another person? That is a question for INEC, and that is one question that is a very big dent on Jaga's administration.
And as a matter of fact, I think next time we're going to try to get INEC here to answer
that would be fantastic, and I will have wished that Ibeke is sitting by my side, because I have documents to ask him, please could you read this and explain this? Because this is his documents in court, so that you will understand this man you're talking about, and I have the judgment of the court here. And then I will let you have the judgments of the court. So that
tell us about the last judgment of the Federal High Court in Port Harcourt.
Of course, we all know that how Ibeke went to a Port Harcourt court, which is not a base of the national PDP national, nor INEC, nor the state he was suing to court. And he went to Port Harcourt to one judge in Port Harcourt there. And within the judge chamber, the judge was saying that I'm going to hear this case on the 3rd of October and I'm giving you judgment. How can you see that kind of a thing? Abuse of court process, abuse of ex parte orders. Now, when we got that, we went to court immediately the next day, and we filed, and the judge saw the facts, and the judge even said, I was misled by the plaintiff, and he dismissed this very suit of Ibeke, and dismissed it for lack of competence, and threw it away from his court, because he was misled. The facts are there. You are in a appeal court with somebody waiting for judgment, and you went to a lower court to go and get another order. What is the compelling order there? The judge ought not to have given that order in the first instance.
Well, as you said, INEC is very crucial to this, and
very crucial.
We're going to
very crucial. It is INEC
next
program.
Week we're going to try to get INEC here to expatiate more on this. How INEC was able to issue him with a certificate of return if he did not win the election.
If he wasn't declared winner and pronounced winner in the election by the REC, why did you give him certificate of return? That's what the law says. The law didn't say if you have certificate of return, you must be sworn in. The law said if you have been declared winner and pronounced winner, INEC must within 7 days give you certificate of return. That's what the law says.
I want to thank you very much for coming on the program.
Thank you, Deji. I really appreciated meeting with you today, and I want to tell Nigerians, please, we must guard our own democracy. We must guard against certain characters and certain elements, because this is what will tumble this democracy. When people who did not contest in the election, who are not candidates in the election, all of a sudden become winners in the election. It doesn't happen anywhere.
Well, let's just wait and see how the court resolves all of this. Thank you very much.
I'm very optimistic that the appeal court will affirm our appeal.